I think you need to hear this. See, a man with purpose moves different. He doesn't wake up looking for attention. He wakes up looking for progress. He's not impressed by noise. He's not distracted by opinions. And he's definitely not chasing validation for people who don't pay his bills or heal his wounds. A man with purpose, he's quiet. But not because he's weak. He's quiet because he's focused. He understands something most people don't. That when you're building something real, you don't have time to explain it. That's why he doesn't argue with doubters. Doesn't compete with clowns. Doesn't entertain any type of drama. He's too busy sharpening himself. Every loss trained him. Every betrayal refined him. Every setback redirected him. He doesn't blame his past. He uses it. Because he's not perfect. He's not finished. But he's intentional. And intentional men are dangerous. And the reason they're dangerous is because when a man finds purpose, he stops chasing people. He stops forcing connections. He stops shrinking himself. He's starting to build. He builds discipline. He builds legacy. He builds standards. He builds a life that doesn't require applause. Because a man with purpose isn't trying to be liked. He's trying to be remembered.
What would you say if I told you there was no such thing as a male loneliness epidemic? And I don't mean that philosophically, like it's not a male loneliness epidemic, it's a male consequences of their actions epidemic. I mean, there is no such thing as a specifically gendered male loneliness epidemic. It's currently Men's Health Month, which means you've probably seen a lot of men blaming women or feminism for men's mental health issues. But just so you know, the data does not support that men are any lonelier than women. The study that kicked off all the media and then misinformation about the supposed male loneliness epidemic actually found identical rates of loneliness among men and women globally. Here it is. This was a Meta-Gallup poll that surveyed 142 countries and territories. It was not a small survey. And this Cigna and Morning Consult survey also revealed a starkly even prevalence of loneliness across genders. And this study by the American Institute of Boys and Men found that there is more of a class gap than a gender gap in rates of loneliness and isolation. So women and girls are exactly as lonely as boys and men, but that's not the narrative that went viral over the last few years, is it? Because society doesn't care how women feel. Because have you heard about this study which found that in old age, women are lonelier than men? Or this study that backed up that older men are less likely than older women to report that they are lonely? But is the media and culture making a big deal about older women's rates of loneliness or young women's loneliness for that matter? And look, there's no doubt that men and boys experience mental health challenges, but it serves nobody to spread lies about what those challenges are or what are the reasons for those challenges. If men's health advocates are concerned about the real problems of masculinity and manhood, I encourage them to ally with feminists to talk about something that women have always been the biggest advocates on, which is that patriarchy and capitalism harm men, particularly lower class men. And men should be using their various privileges and advantages to convince other men to do something about this and stop blaming feminists and women. Happy Men's Health Month.
He said, look what he said.
What did he say?
He said, I hope everything okay with you. I'm here if you need anything. Hit me up, Queen, anytime.
All right, we off to a good start. Sounds like a stand-up guy.
said, can you send me $300 or can I come pick it up from you?
Okay, so we're starting off with the premature begging. All right, not sure why you would take that approach, but let's see.
You know, look what he said. Yeah, I got you, babe, but I paid her some stuff this week. You asked me a little too late.
In other words, you crazy. I know you got a baby because I can see it in the background. And secondly, why would you be asking this man for money? You don't even know him like that. You don't know him like that. When he said he got you, he didn't mean he's going to just be funding you bread. He mean like, hey, you know what? You can give me a ride to the airport? Cool, I got you. Hey, we passing McDonald's. You could give me a little McChicken 5-meal deal? Sure, I got you. Hey, can you repost this on your page for my business? Sure, I got you. That wasn't talking about no 3 bills. Are you? Y'all is stupid, man.
I can send you half of it next week, like maybe half of what, 200 250.
See, I told you that. No, he's not trying to send you no money. When he said he got you, he was talking about everything but money. Everything else. You need some late night? I got you. Hey, bro, at this point, that nigga might give you a kidney before he give you some bread, bro.
I said, you full of shit. I was supposed to go out with you Sunday, and now you talking about you bought tickets for a concert. I said, I'm a grown-ass woman. I don't play games.
You a grown-ass woman with a baby begging inside of a Winn-Dixie with your friend recording. When you say you don't play games, what games are we talking about? Because it looks real playful to me.
I asked for it now, not next week.
Bruh, what is so humorous about being rejected and begging? Maybe I'm missing the joke, bro. Maybe this is something I'm not understanding about this video, but I can't understand what's so funny. But you know what? Maybe it's just normal practice. It's normal behavior for her to be begging us out of a Winn-Dixie, out of all places. Well, y'all keep the change.
A lot of modern women continue to say that men aren't putting forth effort. Yes, I am. I'm just not giving you the effort because you on some BS.
I just feel like we're just roommates. Like, do you even love me?
Yeah, completely valid reason right there. A lot of men bond through physical intimacy, and when they don't get it very often, they genuinely don't feel like you love or desire them. And yeah, if you strip that out of a relationship, for a lot of people, what separates you from being a roommate? Not a whole lot. And I know everyone's drive is different, and that's valid if you and your partner can agree on the amount, but he should also have a say in that.
I just feel like you don't appreciate anything that I do for you.
Again, another valid thing a man could say. Because for a lot of people, when they receive something, they feel that natural urge to reciprocate in some way. And if your man has told you that he finds that very valuable to him, that's a great thing to reciprocate. And he shouldn't have to earn that. That should be automatic. That's a basic piece of a relationship that he should get on a regular basis. So if you're not giving that to him and there's no compromise there, you're kind of failing your end of it. When a man enters a relationship with you, the majority of men are agreeing to monogamy, not celibacy.
I mean, I do so much and I sacrifice so much, and I just want to feel like you appreciate me.
A man wanting to be desired by the woman he's with and feel appreciated. Valid. Him communicating that to the woman he's with. Valid.
Maybe you should be paranoid about the ladies at the coffee shop and that I'm way too friendly with them. You're not giving me anything, so maybe you should be worried.
Personally, I've never heard a man say something like this, but this one, not okay. If you kind of feel like that temptation is there, then a man should leave a relationship and not cheat. And I say that for both men and women. It's normal to feel tempted when you're deprived in a relationship, and I have a lot of empathy for men going through that, but cheating is still not the answer.
I hate when it's a really good guy trying to be in your life, but you know he would make the perfect side nigga.
Most women, especially young women, don't like good men. You just heard what she said. She hate when it's a really good guy in her life, but he will make the perfect side dude, because more times than not, the good guy, the good man, it's not her type. It's not her type. So she will keep him in her back pocket because she know that he'll be emotionally available when she wants somebody to talk to. She know that when she wants somebody to take her out on a nice date, he'll be the one to do it. She know that when she wants somebody to buy her flowers, tell her she's beautiful, make her feel great about herself, he's going to be the one to do it. But he's not her type. And most women don't care for good men until they get older, until they get wiser, until their real type is done walking all over them like they're a doormat. Fellas, you know what a good man is. You know what a bad toxic guy is. If you're a good man, find you a woman that values you for who you are. Find you a woman that truly cares about you, that truly shows with her words, with her actions, with her emotions, that she loves you. Don't play second fiddle to nobody. You didn't become this best version of yourself for you to be second to somebody else. For her to say, okay, I'm done with that guy. I'm done with this guy. I'm done with this guy. I'll give you a chance now. Don't ever play yourself like that. Come on, man.
Nice guys finish last. Are you actually stupid? Because When has being nice to people not worked?
1000% correct, and I hate when I hear guys saying this nice guys finish last trend. Like, that is obviously not true. 99% of the time, every time you hear a guy saying like, oh yeah, this girl just doesn't like nice guys, it's a guy who is socially so unaware, and he's not being a nice guy. He doesn't pick up on social cues, and this girl's not interested in him. I remember one time I was talking to this guy at the gym who I didn't really know too well, but we always caught up at the gym, and he was telling me about how him and his girl that broke up like a year ago, how she doesn't like nice guys, and this was his example. They were dating for like a year, and at one point he lost his job, and they were getting a little bit behind on the rent money, and then he got caught, at a strip club spending over $1,000, on what. She, of course, didn't take very politely to this, and they broke up. She's to tell me that she doesn't like nice guys because eventually he did get a job, and he Venmo'd her back the $1,000 that he spent. He says, I sent her flowers to her mom's address, to her work, to her house, and then she wasn't responding, so I showed up at her job, and she's screaming at me. This new guy that she's at work with, escorted me out, and it's just like, oh my God, she doesn't like nice guys. He told me that story voluntarily. That is not you being a nice guy. That is you overstepping your boundary, and you are actually a bad person in the story. Listen, that might have been an egregious example of what the nice guys example is. I hear this too many times where guys will be like, yeah, girls don't like nice guys. And it is just so obvious. You guys do not pick up on social cues. You're not being a nice guy. She just doesn't like you, and she doesn't want your nice guy energy. Secondly, a lot of the guys who are complaining about being a nice guy, most of the time, it's just these guys do not have a personality. Their whole personality is like, I'm a nice guy. But in reality, like, you don't have any hobbies, you don't have a personality, you're not funny, and the girl thinks you're boring. And you're mistaking that as she doesn't like nice guys. Who wouldn't want a nice person? Logic is just not existing in these people's brain. That's just my opinion, but hey, what do you think?
Men have started going their own direction and quit fixing the mistakes and the foolishness. And some of the stuff is not even a mistake. It's just you doing whatever you want to do and expecting a man to save you. And when I, as a man, have stopped doing that, my life has gotten a lot better.
You want to lose some brain cells with me? Let's get it.
If I ever ask a guy who his celebrity crushes and he answers with an actual celebrity instead of just saying like, I don't have one, or like, you're my celebrity crush, you're out. You're cut.
If we are out and you make me pay for anything, you're cut.
If he even just like laughs at a joke that his friends maybe made that's about or like disrespectful towards women, you're cut.
If you follow any like Instagram models,
you're cut. Bye. If he ever mentions or even lets me see the receipt on something that he's paid for, dinner, gifts, parking, whatever, you're cut. I don't want to know how much it was, even if it was super cheap, even if it was, oh my God, I've never spent so much on a restaurant. I don't want to know. I do not want to know. Better yet, pay for it while I'm in the bathroom. So I don't even have to know that it costs us money.
In a conversation, if you don't reciprocate questions back to me, you're cut.
Bye.
I'm telling you, it'd be blonde birds or women like this in general that just make you want to pull your hair out. Everything that they mention are things that they themselves do. That's what it always is. Don't follow any Instagram models. Yet I bet you they follow mad dudes that do this or do that. It's the dumbest logic ever. And they put this on display so everyone that watches it could see, hey, look at me, two dumb that just have a stupid checklist for people. So that way, if you meet us in person, you know how dumb and stupid we actually are. It's almost like a humiliation ritual in a sense. And then if you're someone that pays attention and you were to go out with them like, oh my God, you were the blonde chick saying the dumb on the video, right? Cut. You were the one saying dumb stuff online. So now that I know you, I can remind you about it, right? Cut. All these rules you got for yourself, yet nobody wants you. That's why you're speaking about it, because you're single and just getting banged out. Woo. Cut.
These aren't rules for women. They're standards for my time. You're free to do whatever you want. These are mine. If I plan a date and something comes up, that's fine, no problem. But it's on you to offer the next availability. I lead, I don't chase. Early dating is not sponsorship. If you're asking me to fund basics that you should already be doing, we're not aligned. I'm not looking for a woman to pay, but I am looking to see if you want to contribute. Your effort matters and will be noticed. And I'm not even gonna let you pay, but I wanna see you offer. At some point, I want to hear you say the words thank you to either me or the waitstaff. Just once, at least once. Gratitude costs nothing, and it shows everything. If I offer to pick you up or to send a car, I expect you to be ready on time. Respect for time is respect for the person. I live an active life. If movement or working out together feels like a chore, we are not compatible. I don't need constant texting, but I do need mutual effort. There's a difference between being busy and being disengaged. Basic hygiene is not negotiable. It's not about perfection. It's about self-respect. I'm drawn to feminine, warm, nurturing energy. That's not something I teach. It's something I notice. And this one matters. I don't date women who don't take accountability. If everything is always everyone else's fault, there will be no future. Growth requires responsibility on both sides. These aren't demands, they're filters. And the right woman doesn't argue with standards. She fits them.
You cannot run the same game you ran on the simp-ass generation before us. Our uncles and daddy them was suckers.
You see that right there? That's why women want us to be so-called traditional. Where the traditional man at? Where the traditional man at? They mean where the man is going to put up with me whining, don't want to fit, not giving you none for 2-3 weeks. Well, I don't want to make her mad. She already mad. Well, I don't want to make her more mad. What the is more mad? At this point, she put on a cape and be super mad. It's going to be the same. You see what I'm saying? That's what they mean. Where's the man that's going to put up with my BS and I can do whatever I want? It's cheaper to keep her and all that stuff. See, that come from the old school. See, there was men that didn't put up with their stuff from their woman. But men have always been weak to have a woman. See, I find it's the same thing with working today. If men back then had stood up to supervisors and stuff like that, we wouldn't have the problem we have today at work, which is supervisors thinking they could talk crazy to you and stuff like that. If y'all had stood up back then, so we praise a lot the old generation because they just put their head down and went to work and didn't complain. Well, you put your head in the sand, you losing. Now, when the young folks is kicking up dust, y'all complaining too much. No, we trying to do what y'all punk ass didn't do back in the day with women, with jobs, with opportunities. We trying to make a way because y'all didn't do it. We trying to have something. We're trying to make an example for men that's coming up after us, right? That's all we're doing. If y'all had did it back then, you know, and everybody's daddy and uncle wasn't like that. My mama didn't run my dad or nothing like that, but it's like that. You know what I mean?
Well, honestly and truly, most of these bottom women want to get their hearts broken by Chad and Tyrone. For the rest of us who actually want to improve on ourselves, we're going to go somewhere else and do that. And that's what today's sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle, helps you to do.
Yeah, I got him in here cooking tonight after he works 12 hours. See, this is what you need to do when you come home from work, just like I do every other night, okay? I know he's going to say, well, you should be cooking every night because I pay the bills. But guess what? Guess what, buddy? That's not how it's going to work around here. You're going to put in some extra work when you get home.
Well, why don't you go in there while I'm doing this?
Because I need to make sure you're doing it correctly. What are you talking about? Don't try to push me out of my kitchen.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be up in my space while I'm cooking.
I'm not in your space. I'm just monitoring the situation. I'm making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. And when you're done, you're going to clean all those dishes in that sink. Because they're not going to do themselves, and I sure ain't going to do them. Not after the day that I had staying home all day. I'm stressed out.
If you ever wondered what it would look like for a wife to completely hate her husband yet stay with him, this is it. With that being said, I think that the only path that this man has is to understand that there is no reversing or healing her resentment. It is too far gone, and the fact is that if he continues to just follow her demands, it's only going to get worse for him. So look, he's got two choices here. Either one, if he wants a relationship at some point, he needs to get out of this one first, so he needs to file the papers. The second choice he should take if he just wants as much peace as possible immediately, and that is to completely check out of the relationship. But let's not overlook the complete double standard here, because if that was a man speaking to his wife that way, the video would be gone. He would be put on blast. They would find out where he was working, where he lived. The cops would be called.
I dated a very traditional Christian man who asked me at one point, how do you feel about after you graduated, we just immediately got married and you were a stay-at-home wife and you didn't have to work? I was honestly offended by that question because I was so passionate about this thing that I was getting a degree in that I was just so eager to enter the workforce and do this thing that I loved and get money for it. Fast forward to today, I've graduated, we broke up, I'm now working in the profession of the thing that I got a degree in, and I changed my mind. I changed my mind, I don't want to do it anymore, I'm done.
For many of you, this video might be funny. It's kind of like an aha, told you so kind of thing, karma got her. But for me, it's very sad because I know a lot of women that have been sold this idea of feminism, this boss babe mentality, this hustle culture mindset. And years later, they find out that it's not what it seems to be. They are miserable. They are exhausted. And they wish they could go home to someone that they really love and build a family with, build a legacy with. And so it's a good lesson for all the women that are younger. If you're in your early 20s, try to find love, try to find a good relationship because you'll never really have that same level of market penetration ever again. As you get older, your dating market starts to shrink down and your ability to find really high quality partners pretty much goes out the door. And so it's much better to try to do that when you're younger because God forbid it doesn't work out. You can still try again. But if you wait, you may never have that chance in your lifetime. And the career will always be there. The job will never really go anywhere. There's always jobs, there's always positions to be filled. So try to find love when you're young if you're a woman. I highly recommend it. For men, it's the opposite. Build your business, build your finances, and really build yourself up to where you can bring a woman a lot of value. That's just my advice. You can do whatever you want with it. But this video just breaks my heart.
Women have been programmed to relate to men from desperation. Women don't realize that the way that they communicate and have relations with men is out of desperation. Most women feel like if they are getting something out of the interaction, like a transaction from the connection or relationship, that they are not acting out of desperation and they are not acting from a space of pick me energy. When in fact, whenever you have to make sure that you manipulate a situation to gain something from it, that is out of desperation. If you are finding yourself creating and manipulating situations in order to gain something from that person, then you are psychologically programmed to believe that you are not worthy of obtaining the very thing you're trying to manipulate your way into so that you can get something out of it, instead of applying the same mentality and energy into manipulating someone else and applying that same energy to yourself to obtain that which you think you lack. It is the lack of confidence that you have in yourself that is leading you to believe that you cannot obtain that which you seek in someone else.
A lot of these modern women like to comment on a man's masculinity. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Well, I believe a man should be this, and this, right? But I think the problem is a lot of these modern women really don't have a concept of what a man is. You can have an opinion, but the unfortunate thing for a lot of these modern women is their opinion is wrong. Their opinion of what a man is and what a man should be is wrong. That's not actually how a man works. That's not actually how masculinity works. They don't know that. They're just talking about what they read in some book somewhere.
You can't just psychologically torture a man for 14 hours a day and then act confused when he stops wanting to build an empire for you. A true masculine provider will carry a shocking amount of weight on his shoulders for the right woman. But for the wrong one, I'm pretty sure he'd rather live in his shed and eat canned beans in peace. And before you start hyperventilating in my comments, here's 3 things that you're doing, maybe without even realizing it, that are sabotaging your own dreams. Number 1. Entitlement instead of appreciation. A masculine man wants to feel needed and appreciated, not like he's paying taxes to some angry roommate. The second him providing starts feeling like an obligation instead of something that's respected, the resentment just starts building. 2, constant disrespect. Public humiliation, mocking him online, treating him like a incompetent child. Eventually he's just gonna stop feeling like he's your husband and feel more like he's your emotional punching bag. And 3, chaos and destruction. A provider mindset man is trying to build stability. If all you're bringing is nonstop drama, reckless spending, impulsive behavior, and all types of emotional explosions, he's gonna start feeling like he's pouring water into a leaking bucket. And no, before you come for me in the comments, this doesn't mean that women should tolerate cheating, laziness, or disrespect. But some women genuinely want a traditional relationship, but meanwhile, they're competing with him. They want to be big dog too. There can't be 2 big dogs. The relationship can't feel like a psychological cage match at all times. All a guy wants is some peace, some warmth and appreciation, and some good food, and to feel like somebody genuinely is happy that he exists. And you know what I say? Start by making him a sandwich and calling him Big Dog. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'm sure the comments are going to be totally calm, emotionally regulated, and self-aware after this.
People don't shower too much during the winter time. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
So be honest, it's been a few days, right?
Yes.
See, girl, you don't have to lie to me. I do nail for a long time. I sit in front of people doing pedicure. I can tell the difference between feet smell and Hello Kitty smell. Your Hello Kitty smell ew. You know, ew. So let me help you out, okay?
Hello Kitty.
Yeah, go. Girl, I lost my concentration right now. Hold on.
Oh, I'm so.
I got you. I got you, girl. Here. Clean myself up real quick.
Oh, that might help.
Yeah. One's not enough. One not enough.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, it's winter time. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, you know, it happened, but it's cold. I know it's cold. And sometimes
I'm old. And I get tired. And,
I know.
Showers are hard
It's
when
sting a
you're
little
old.
bit, but I just don't like the smell because sometimes at home I eat enough fish. I don't want to eat fish at the nail salon. You know? I just want to let you know. That's it. But it's okay. Don't worry. Ta-da! See, look. This is good for your Hello Kitty.
Oh, okay.
You see?
Oh, bye.
There we go. At least the thing will push it back, you know, more up, and then I'll give you a wipe, and you can wipe it. Sounds good, man? Okay, let's go ahead and continue.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're not a true baddie if you allow your man to tell you what you can and cannot wear. Your man should never ever feel comfortable enough to be able to dictate that. Ever. No excuses, no exceptions. Period. Baddie card revoked immediately.
Is it me or some of these women talk to each other like they're 6 and 7 years old? Baddie card revoked immediately. Like women are supposed to be like, oh, what am I supposed to do now? My baddie card has been revoked. Like the way some of y'all communicate is really weird. But on to more pressing matters. It is quite interesting how some women will ask for a leader, but then reject the leadership when it doesn't align with what they want in the moment. How they will flat out tell you, I need a man to lead and take control. I want him to make the decisions, until he tells you, hey, that outfit is showing a little too much. I need you to go in there and change because where we going, I don't think what you're wearing is appropriate. And in some of their minds, if I listen to what the man I have chosen to lead me says, my baddie card is going to get revoked. And what else am I supposed to do if I don't have a baddie card? Like truly, some of them really believe that that's a punishment for women that actually want to follow their man. Not only that, fellas, you should always have a space to tell your woman what she's wearing is not appropriate. Not in bad faith, simply because you know what she's wearing may possibly bring the wrong attention to y'all through the night, whether she's with you or with her friends. If you can't simply make a suggestion to your woman to change her outfit and she truly consider why you're asking her to change it, trust me, that is not the woman you want to be with. She doesn't consider consequences, let alone she doesn't consider your leadership. You're better off going about your way and leaving her right where she stands. But knowing some of y'all, even with everything that I just said, I know y'all ain't gonna listen to nothing I just said because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
Me, no shade. None. No shade, no motherfucking tea. Okay? Breakup. You've been with that person since middle school. You've been with that person since high school. Y'all been together since Moses parted the Red Sea. My God, break the fuck up.
If she said no shade, I'm saying no shade. But this first comment, I'm telling you, preach it. Them 304 phases be necessary for overall development as a person and in relationships. If you don't sleep with them, at least date them till you find the one.
You do not need to have a 304 phase. As a man or a woman, have conversations with people that had a 304 phase, and guess what they say? I didn't need to do that. I regret doing a lot of that. I don't know why I ever did that. I don't know why, no shade, some of you think, yeah, let's tell the people that been with someone for a long period of time to break up. If you've been with someone for a long period of time and it's been a healthy relationship, like you really can't see yourself being with someone else, but you're saying, well, I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should go try to be with other people. But you've been happy and you have outside noise trying to convince you to go be single, run from them. Stay far away. Do you know how hard it is to find someone that you're comfortable with? Do you know how hard it is to find someone that you trust? Do you know how hard it is to find someone you can rely on? Do you see how I actually name things that actually matter to the relationship and then say anything superficial? If you find someone that you're comfortable with, you can trust, and you rely on at an early age, please don't break up to go find yourself talking about, I need to go through a 304 phase.
Dear younger me, wifey edition. Don't criticize your husband. Don't do it. The little things, the big things. It's not worth it in the big picture. I want to help you have some big picture thinking here. Pay attention, because 20 years is going to go by really fast and you're still going to be married to this man. And you're going to wonder what the heck happened. I'm going to tell you so that you can avoid all of it. Okay? So in 20 years from now, when your husband is so withdrawn and he has no idea how to lead you, I'm going to tell you why that happened right now. It's because you criticized every little stinking thing that he did, that he ended up becoming a man who felt like he could never do anything right. He tried telling you, and you didn't listen. You hid behind this wall of, but I'm the homemaker, and this is the way I like things, and this is how you can love me, and you should just understand. Don't do it. Don't do it. It really doesn't matter how the dishes go into the dishwasher or the towels get folded. Love him. Every single thing that he does, even if he doesn't do it up to your standard or expectation, be grateful. Be so grateful that he put the dishes away. Even if the spatulas went in the wrong drawer, be grateful. Show gratitude. It is going to do so much for him, and you learn to just shut your mouth. You're welcome.
And you have to understand that when you ask about where all the good men are, a lot of these men are quiet. They're right in front of you. They didn't disappear. They just quiet. I'm selective. I'm less willing to throw myself into another situation that looks and that feels unserious. You look and you feel unserious. This whole thing that we got going on looks and feels unserious. It looks like you playing around. You about to play with my money, about to play with my time. Some of these brothers got kids, and you about to play with my kids. And if you start doing that, you might have a problem.